Hello and welcome to FTTR. I'm Ewan McQuaid, and today I'm going to be discussing a rather what might be a hot take in terms of wrestling gaming, and that is the fact that TNA Impact is possibly in my top 5 wrestling games of all time. Now, I started watching TNA on Bravo, and it was when Sting, Angle, I think Christian had left at that point. There were a few bits with Christian I saw, but it was mainly just throwback stuff. But TNA was so good back in the day because it just had non-stop quality matches. So when I saw there was a game, and I think it was quite cheap, it was probably about £2, or maybe on the 4 for 20 deals in Game Station back in the day. And I used to scoop up every single wrestling game I could. I still do. But TNA was just... Okay. So, first of all, the gameplay for TNA is probably some of the best wrestling gameplay that we've ever seen in a wrestling game. The reversals are smooth, the grapples are smooth. The only thing that's a little bit janky is the striking and the movement. It's a bit stilted, a bit too arcadey. The arcadey nature sort of clashes with the more realistic, high-flying, rapid pace offense that you're doing with your grapples. But it all flows so seamlessly. So you'll be springboarding off the ropes, you get caught into a power slam, you'd reverse that into a Hurricane Rana. Just an example of some of the stuff that you can do. But that was way ahead of its time, because I think TNA Impact came out, I want to say sort of 2008-ish, maybe even earlier. And the WWE games at the time were not doing that kind of reversal. That was all sort of stilted, one move grapples. You reverse it, you just scoop round them. It wasn't as seamless and flowing as it is now in sort of the 2K games. So TNA Impact was way ahead of its time when it comes to grappling systems. As well, the roster is so... It might be the best roster in any wrestling game. Now, I know that's a bold take considering WWE rosters now have about 120 people. But if you just name some of the people that are in this game and look at them now and how favoured they are. So you've got Angle, you've got Sting, you've got Booker T, you've got Christian, AJ Styles, Homicide, Hernandez, the Motor City Machine Guns. What's it? Jay Lethal? Jay Lethal's in there. Shark Boy, how can you not like Shark Boy? It really is a really deep and very sort of powerful roster. They all have different finishes, they all you can see that they sort of play differently. You've got your powerhouses, you've got your high flyers. Some of the aerial offense in this game is amazing. Just the way you spring off the ropes and then you just flip numerous times. And the collisions are actually quite good. The hit detection's pretty good in TNA. And probably the hardest thing to nail in a wrestling game is a storyline. WWE have tried it many times. The career modes in the last 2K games have been abysmal. They've been horrific. I think the best WWE have done in terms of just an actual storyline with the Road to WrestleManias in sort of the 2010, 2011 era. They were good. They got weird with the Undertaker one, like zombies and stuff. They were some of the best because they actually captured what wrestling is. You want to play a storyline. You don't want to do this half kayfabe, half real invasion thing like you do in the 2K current ones. That's not what you want to play a wrestling story for. You want to play a wrestling story. And TNA Impact has one of the best when you play as, not Homicide, Suicide, there we go, who loses his memory, wakes up in Mexico, and you have to build him from the ground up to become Suicide again. And that is a really interesting take on a wrestling story because that's sort of, you get to build your own player while also playing as Suicide. You're playing as an established name. It was really quite brilliant, really. And TNA Impact will always have a place in my heart because I had it for PS2 and I have it for PS3, and I'm so sad we never got another one. We got the DS TNA, which wasn't brilliant, it wasn't amazing. But no, TNA Impact, I think, if you have a PS2 or a PS3, or maybe an emulator, you might be able to emulate it somewhere. I would say it's worth diving back into because there's so much untapped potential that we could have got in sequels to TNA. We kind of did, because the reversal systems and stuff were implemented into WWE All Stars. Very similar kind of fast-paced, rapid one-move chains into another reversal system. And it's just a shame we never got that with the TNA branding again. I'm hoping that's the kind of thing we'll get with the AEW game. I hope it'll be very fast-paced, very sort of flowing. They say they're borrowing a lot, or they're taking a lot of inspiration from No Mercy. So there should be an infinite amount of reversals that can be pulled off. But yeah, TNA Impact, I'm going to show you the case again. Look at it. Let me hold it up. Will it focus? Will it focus? It's not going to focus, is it? That's upsetting. But TNA Impact, just look at it again. I just like the cover. I'm weird, okay? TNA Impact is it is in my top 5 wrestling games of all time, which will be a list unto itself. But I really just wanted to talk about TNA Impact because I've been playing it quite a bit, sort of over Christmas. And yeah, if you're a wrestling fan and you've never played it, pick it up, have a blast. And that is my recommendation of TNA Impact, and some of the reasons why I just think it's a pretty sick game, really. So thank you for watching. Play TNA Impact. Do it right now, and have a good day. Thank you.